Hi everyone and welcome back. So we have already covered lots of basic fundamentals of the NestJS. Now there are a couple of videos I wanted to cover before we start doing the actual implementation. So I already have covered a lot of aspects in the NestJS. So we are covering the basics, then intermediate and then advanced stuff will I will start adding. So in the advanced I will start adding with the advanced integrations of the NestJS with the different databases, relationship, TypeORM, Prisma, and then maybe just build a simple auth app, NestJS end-to-end application for cookie-based, token-based, or session-based authentication. And then we will start talking about the advanced Node.js, NestJS stuff with the NestJS Quake, NestJS queues like BullMQ, NestJS background jobs, NestJS event emitter, NestJS dynamic modules. So everything is in the pipeline. So a couple of videos which I'm going to add now will be just talking about some more basic aspects and the internals of the NestJS. Then we will talk about how we can manage the runtime configurations, how we can build the production ready REST APIs, searching, sorting, filtering, paginations, and all those things. So all those things are queued properly. So this is the GitHub repo, which I have already shared. And in the last video, we actually talked about all the building blocks together. So since the beginning, we are talking about what are the building blocks and all, right. But now we are able to connect all the dots from middleware to interceptor. So the request comes to the middleware, then we have a guards, then we have a controller, where then we have a response interceptor, HTTP exception interceptor, and a final response received to the client. So in the last video, we talked about some simple decorators. So in this video, I will just talk about the decorators and their uses, because when you start using them, you will understand, okay, these are the decorators and this is how we use. There are some inbuilt decorators like controller, pipes, filters, service injectable, and add the read module. These inbuilt module decorators you find everywhere, like add the read module. This is already defined in the NestJS. It's like it is bundling all the things together, controller, services, providers, and all. And this is how we are bootstrapping the application. So here either we create. So there are two methods it provides: create and create microservice. Right now, let's go back to our decorator thing. So we use at the rate controller, at the rate pipe, at the rate filters and all, validation pipes and all. So here you can see use pipe, use guard, use interceptor. All these are inbuilt decorators. But I wanted to define my own custom decorator. And what is the use of the inbuilt decorator? What is the use of the custom decorator? Because I wanted to use the custom decorators to feed some information in the either in the guard or at some particular place like middleware or guard. So is public key. This is the key which I am going to store inside the reflection API. And what it is using the set metadata. What I'm doing is I wanted to set is public equal to true whenever I use at the rate public. So there are some APIs which are like public APIs like health APIs or some public user facing APIs. So you just need to add it like this. But it doesn't make this API public. What else you need to do? You need to go to your guard and tell the guard, okay, if this is public is set, that means that API is public. Don't check for the session, don't check for the role and all those things. So this is public. So this public decorators can be used, and how we use it? Simply by putting it like this. But then obviously you need to also take care of the guards which you are using. So let me just talk about the guard like auth guard. Here inside auth guard I set is public. What is the role of this? Where this variable is coming. So using reflector API you can access those metadata which you have set. So I set this particular key is public key. Same syntax for all kind of things. You can set the role, you can set anything. You will use this reflector API get all override your key name and you will get the value which you have set at the controller. So at the controller, if you are using it, that means we are setting it as a true. Is public true? That means don't apply the guard, just let it go. So this is how role decorator. Now role decorator, let's say at guard layer, I want to allow this API, which is maybe at the rate get API, get all the users, right? So this is my API. I just want only admin to access this, not even the moderator. So what I need to do, I will use the roles decorator, and what this decorator will do is this decorator is setting the admin inside the roles property. So this is the roles key, right? String, and what I'm setting the array of all the roles you are passing. It can be anything, admin, viewer, or whatever. This is actually you are passing the roles as an array in this roles key. Now this is not enough. What you need to do, you need to go to your guard and say, okay, I'm passing you some roles, please take care of that. So how do we get that roles? So here is public we got. Similarly, we can also extract other parameters. So here auth header is public, so that we can check here at the roles guard. Here I'm just accessing the roles key, which is actually the array, right? If it is not there, that means you are not providing any role guard. You don't want to check role guard, just return true. Otherwise, come here, try to access the user object from the request object and try to extract their roles. So we already got the user object. If it is not there, then obviously forbidden. If we have the user object, then we need to check if the user object has the roles which the controller is asking, which has been set on this metadata. If yes, if even if any one of the role is available in the request.user object, that means accesses are allowed. Otherwise, if it is not there, if has role is false, any of the role required role is not available in the user.roles, that means just deny the user to access that particular API. So this is the role of these custom decorators, and you can define these custom decorators like user decorator. This you might be doing in Express also. What we do is, but not with the decorators, obviously. So I created a current user, because sometimes once user is logged in, I go to the controller and service. I always wanted to access the session of the current session of the user, means the user object. How can we get that? So I created a simple current user. I don't want to access request.user every time, request.user.profile, request.user.email. I created a custom decorator, and this custom decorator is current user. And now you can use it inside a method, inside a controller. First of all, inside a controller, get profile. So current user is already uh, uh, sorry, decorator. What it is giving you, if it is data is there, then it is giving you the user object, and you can access a particular email. If you don't want to access email, you can just access the whole object. Now you can actually define the typing for it. So this is how you can get the whole object also. So but this needs to be set from the session will set a user object on the request, and using current user you can actually access that inside a controller. So these are some of the uses of the decorators. You can create your own custom decorators, and you can use them just like this.